Morning. Are we there? All the highway people and them out there. What about you this morning? Morning. Yeah. Cocotian bread. Coming to you live from the studios of Agotapa. In a Hope America. In America, in a Hope America. It's a nice morning. Little kind of overcast. Little Jew just come forward to nice up the place, you know. Because you know, say, when you see water, you know you see life. Yeah, man, greetings. How are you do the morning, yeah? Yeah, man, I love you. Yeah. Past night, the lion been in Canada in a church. Oh, let me see. I think I make two mistakes in that reasoning there. One when I say they choose the right in a Cyprian to bring out the Christian doctrine. And that wasn't Cyprian, it was Augustine. And we make a mistake to talk about how much churches was in North America, not North America, North Africa. Anyway, you know, sometimes you attack one way and your tongue and the other way, you know, then things just go. That when your tongue and your brain are coordinated. When a little thing go on this. But great still. Great is great and great must be praised. Great is the spirits of our ancestors. And anyway, then call upon I to declare the power of our ancestors. That's what I do. Because, you see, yeah, this kind of thing there. You see, religion really do a number upon us, eh? We make us and change us over, and then sometimes we don't even know which part we do. Because, you know, I raise me the budget. I bring historical reasoning to the budget. I bring different comparisons to the budget. But all the budget know about is what he know about the Bible. Because you see something we fail to recognize. You can't use the Bible to defend the Bible. You was, and that like, you ask me something, and you ask me to prove what I say. And me I tell you, when me I tell you I have enough proof. Me not have to bring nothing for you, just when me tell you I the proof. You ask me to prove what I say to you. And me I tell you, when me I tell you I have the proof, you not got no other proof. But so that way that I say that, I say nothing. Because you use the same thing me I question you about to tell me, well, that I it. Because when I say, sometimes I just tie up myself and come in and know me talk. And then I know me say, believe me, because it's not easy to talk to people out there. No, the thing is, you tell me, you read in the Bible and you tell me God. And me tell you, so give me some evidence. Now, you gone back in the Bible again and I read the same thing, give me. And tell me the Bible says so. And me I tell you now, me want evidence for know that. But you tell me the Bible says so and tell me that evidence. And according to me, my brethren beside the Bible can't talk. The Bible never say nothing. A boy is right and say that, and that's no reality. So then me I say, me preacher brethren over Canada, big up on yourself. You're large man. Brother with them. You're sure you couldn't make a difference in what you do. Rasta and preacher. Rasta gone take over preacher church. You know because if you anything, then preach really a Rasta. Because I am the teacher and the leader. See me say, yeah, I'm on a journey. Sometimes it does be really interesting and amazing. No. They say they start off the cooperation, yeah, named SVG. They started off by naming it from a man who not got no head. And then when I look around today, why the country in trouble? The cooperation in a plenty trouble. When I look around today, I will notice a whole heap of bastards in high places. Some people who get wrong daddy, all kind of thing. Hey, you see long time politics? Long time politics never easy. Because the long time politics don't expose all of the long time politics used to talk about. Hey, boy, not long time. I think politicians easy. A long time they don't talk about our business and our development. Long time politics in the days of Joshua and Keto. They used to talk about who has sex with who sissy, who they with who auntie, who uncle has sex with her, and who make who pick me so, and who have who call who uncle daddy, and all them kind of, that kind of politics that we got like that. And which I same kind of politics in a modernized farm in that time, yeah. Because of big commerce them attack a parliament, same so. And I same kind of people and them in a parliament, you know. Hey, big up Dave, Rastafari. I same kind of people and them in a parliament and they can be commerce them attack. Listen to them. So now, you have Big Up Bounty, the only station that gives the truth of where we come from and where we are going. Bill. Big Up Bill. Slave Mountain now put up this up. That's how it go. And make sure that continue to be so. Big Up Bill. And support Bill. Yeah. So we are journey. Now, I got a little trick there. But anyway, never mind that. Me always just come forward. So now, we are now with the same kind of people and them from in the days of Joshua and Keto who never tell her not about development but they commerce because they don't have nothing else to say. Now, yeah. From since that time to this time, we have the same thing going on. We have people in a parliament who never interested in our development. And all the concern of is trying to humiliate one another to gain points. And because of that, the entire nation suffer. Right? Now, because we had the wrong set of people at the top. We have bastards at the top. We have people at the top who can't decide who them be. So how them go know who are we be? We have people at the top who, why? I have to be careful when I talk, you know, because I'm excited. You have people at the top who then daddy disown them. You see? So how you are going to build how you are going to build a nation of moral people when you have immoral people at the top? You have woman haters and woman destroyers at the top. You see? And if you look upon that, I may tell you now. The nation, the cooperation, I got no head. So there be a headless thing we are going at the top. That's why, as a people, we can't develop. You see? Because up to now, we not find the thing yet. Because we still stuck in the same situation, the same place. And because we come out of that culture, a politician attack commerce. And we were never people. The blanking out of the screen. And because we were people who get accustomed to settle for less, we never think it important to ask more. No. No. Here we are. We are here now with a group of leaders who only know how to lead the country through down the road of destruction. And they have no idea to correct what they have done. Because you see, they will never be able, because they never had development ideas in the first place. All where they want to be is rulers in the house of the rising sun. And then you have to do something when you reach there. So if you don't have development ideas, then you will oppress. Because you have to do something. And then so now, our people now just put these people in place and turn them back on them. And they go along and do all kind of things as they do without we putting any checks and balance on them. So this is why we end up where we are today. Today we are with a nation of people stumbling all about the place with no direction because the head chop off. The leaders, we see up to now the leaders and them, we wear shoes. Their suit they can't fit we, but we still are trying to wear them. Now, as a people, as a nation, we have to look into ourselves to recognize what is happening, where things are at. We have to look into ourselves. And then when we do that, when we confident ourselves, we will not put misfits and opportunists at the top. Trials and errors at the top. Like Joseph said, cut and paste. Because, no. Here we are. They have run us as a nation into a crisis. And they don't have no answer to take us out, so they're doing the blaming us. And putting dateline on our life. Committing genocide against us. And we just hear like everything nice and easy. Because that's our culture. Take what you get. You see, right now, if we are going in my head, I can't reason I'm going in here. So me just there a reason. Let me tell you the truth, you understand? Because we are kind of people who can't understand, you know. And the worst thing about that, I remember saying people who can't overs. Double jeopardy. Yeah, big up Dave. Major pillar for our destruction. It goes all the way. From we hand to we brain. Handouting material garbage, handouting thinking. When we say handouting thinking, somebody else must always think for us. The end of our life. So then, we there now as a people. And we have recognized that the government has lost their way. But because we never culture ourselves to step up and fill the void, this is why we are at this point where we are. Because now, I mean, do we think that we could really continue the way we live, having these people who lead us, leading us? I mean, we have, how much they say, 40-something area from independent, out of dependence, no inner dependence, because we not come out of 10 yet. Right? We try these farms, this kind of shit stink. Now, there is something very important in that shit stink that we not realize. So that's why we problems can be adjusted. Cocoa and bread. The problem is not the politics and them we just put there, at the shit stink that we allow them to carry on. At the shit stink, what cause it? Because there are some things that we don't know. When we vote for the shit stink, we give away all our power to the shit stink. You see? So now, we have now to burn out that shit stink there and put a system in place that could take care of us. Because from we do remove the shit stink, changing the faces does not mean anything. It will never bring about any result for us. Because the shit stink, they use it as an excuse to oppress us. Dalames, what do you know about the quarry going on at Richmond Bay by St. Lucian Company? No, I don't know about that. I not hear. First I hear about that. The quarry going on at Richmond, North Leeward by St. Lucian Company. No, I don't know about that one. But then, I'm not surprised, you see, because here why. Boy, like something getting on my throat. The child can't tell me to stop me. I'm not surprised because yeah, the policy that grab a man here are for outsiders to come inside and do business because some things can pass under the table. You see, if you notice, they make sure they stifle all independent-minded people here who are entrepreneurs. Big example. Not just him, but in my biggest example. Because the grabber men, how much million they saw? At 10 million. At 10 million? Some kind of big million. You see? But this little black boy from out somewhere out of Mesport there, who come from down in the gutter, he going to talk about he got business with 10 million and employ people. No. Because you see, you have with he come from and me go care dumb as me like. So chew he out of business, bring in St. Lucian, let them run. Chew he out of business, out of Rabuka, bring in Taiwanese and let them do the mining. Chew he out of business out of Rabuka, put up one little say one might do a little government distraction there so people think a government that way. Because you see, when the nationals are left out, these people can always go under the table. They not have to come and tap the table. And that are the main reason why you are see all them things here. Things that we can handle, they bring in foreigners to do it. Because now, they do not want to be accountable to us. And we don't know the importance of making them accountable to us. So that's why, if you have St. Lucian Company in a Richmond, that's why they did it. And that's why you have misfit, like Dave who near aim, come in here and aim himself back out here. And the government not tell Harry how much a million. You see, if I want to be owe government the amount of million there, I couldn't run go nowhere, I would have to pay it. But you see, when them bring their friend, and that's why they bring their friend, when them bring their friend and their friend do things, they could tell you, you can imagine You can imagine that a man is wanted for a court case. Yes, sir. The grudge on them, foreign grudge, them come down, congrudge him. Now, this man is at the responsibility of our government. They're responsible for him because in the island here, London say they want him. Right? Now, the man turned slippery like a mullet and slipped through the fingers of the government round at the same rich man maneuvers. And the government don't know. You see? Me hear again. FBI come and call look for who me no know. Me no know who. Who me no know. But then, who me no know? Who me no know slip out of here faster than FBI could have slipped in. Me no know. Now ask me no know. Right. You see? So when we government so undercover and shady, that's why things have gone here. And them things they backfire upon we seriously. Because them people out there, them are consider we offend them. Because them people out there say them boy they thief them money and come here with them. Right? And them people out there look come that way that we harbor them here. So make you think nothing go on in the land. Them a put the squeeze upon us. Because we depend on them for the money we are spend. We not got no money ourselves. And when them say people thief them when they say their own people thief them money and come a heaven yes sir. Them a go penalize God because God love bandit for coming a free heaven. You see? You know how they call it? You know because them pronounce it heaven. No heaven is the same thing. You see? So now, that's why things are go the way it are go, yeah. Because we are being penalized for harboring bandits in high places in our island. And we don't know them thing there. Bye, me does have to laugh, right? Me burn a fire sometime they on Facebook. Now stop right there now. Stick to my page. We burn a fire on Facebook talking about the geothermal. Well, a brethren, Noah, he named Noah, Noah. Now, my point is, the government come and tell us about geothermal, right? And the goodies. And they tell us about geothermal and the goodies. And right now, it seems to us that the geothermal crash and they not tell us nothing about it. Now this brother, why me love me people and them, this brother come up with a whole bag of figures, dollars per paper. I talk about the difference in price range between solar and geothermal. Now, me I say that we don't know going up there. Yeah, big up there. Bandits love bandits, boys are fella. Now we are say we don't know we going up there. And we are say, the government not giving no satisfaction. So me don't know if this brother is the spokesman for the government. Because now, I say, up to now we don't know whether or not this thing I go start. And here tell me say, them a work now and I put things in place and I wait and the government now to tell them whether or not the thing I go forward. You see the level of bullshit. So sometimes it just have to cool out and step out of certain reasoning. He try to answer the question. Me ask the government. Me never knew here one buffer between me and the government. Me never knew here was media, mediator, whoever between me and the government. Me never know me got such a people between me and the government. So when me ask the government a question, somebody who me never know about a come with a whole bag of figures who me can't prove. Because me tell he say, all them figures we are talking, without the geothermal in place, you can't compare nothing. Because what are you comparing? Your imagination with the reality? That's where you always go. Because we talk too much. And somehow we are the perfect slave. Always feel that we can step up in time to explain the government. And let me tell you something, brother, man, I don't know who you be. But Ralph Guns, I'm not need no explainer. He's my own explainer. So if you think you could explain geothermal, you have something else coming. Because like you say, you have to wait for Guns to make a final say. So that's why you shouldn't carry on with what you carry on with. You shouldn't even write. No. Not that like me I tell you before, you know. But I tell you say how you have put yourself in our area. I try to explain for politics and you can't do that. Because politics don't carry advisors. They put somebody in place to guide the nation like them got advisors. Ask Ralph, he will tell you that he don't listen to no one else. He quicker listen to me. So when we find ourselves thinking that we're in high places and we try to come up with the government to do give a bomb about you, government don't care not about you. I don't know who you are. I really don't know who you are. I don't know your position. But you seem to me like you're well deep. You're well trained down in a Babylon and then banditry. The excuse making. You look to me like you have paper by your name. But like me say, fire burn paper, water wet it up. Cocoa wash it away. And bread cremated. Now, you see, as a people, when the government fail, we cannot look for excuses for them. We have to remove them. You see? Because we cannot live with people who are rule us on a trial and error base. That means them people not got no vision. And all are you a Christian. Without vision, the nation perish. And this is why we are perish. Because we leaders do not have any vision. And we are trying to support the impossible. We are trying to make excuse for the inexcusable. So that means the government have no vision and we blind. How does one rise up to defend a grabberman who has failed miserably in the eyes of the people who employ them? But check it out. I wanna we just do that. Because like me say again, our problem now is no longer the reptilian, the pale skin. Our problem is us, who has been so well trained that we carry on the walk of the reptilian even before he asks us, because we think we in position and we know. What do we know? You think your bag of figures know the truth about we go on in the geothermal? How well do you know it? And if you know, you're not staying the truth neither. Because we want to know what exactly happened at the geothermal, why them have run out. And that are the key of the thing. And your bag of figures and comparison answer that. And the grabbermen alone can answer that, me suppose. Me don't know if you are one talk person for them. Me don't know if you are their mouthpiece. You see, not that me not have nothing against you, with brethren. But when I try to tell you, say, it has certain depths that we have to know at times could be too deep for us. Because you see, when you are trying to be a mediator between the anger of the people and the government, you go be a victim, you go end up a slice of cheese, mind for yourself. Now try to explain the government. The government have all kind of people to explain them. Except you are work to do that. Except you are the PR. Maybe you are the PR for the geothermal line, man, no, state your condition. But still you are the PR, you still not go get the relevant information. Because there's always an inner circle. Cocoa and bread. Yeah, I a journey man. But with all them things there, I don't make them worry, I keep it joy. Because I have people of joy, and I do that. You see, because a whole heap of unexplained things are going on here, so. And we have to, even from one of them, we have to start to ask questions one by one to get to the rest. My brethren, Atlee Hall disappear and we don't know how. Can you explain that? Can you explain the disappearance of our bank? You see that me I tell you, we just want to put ourselves in our areas. Because we only does know what the grabbermen want us to know. And when we watch, you think you could explain grabbermen? You must listen how them white people they out there so in America does question Biden's secretary when he come out contact them. Because when you talk to people, you have to know what you talk. And they ask you some kind of question that might even ask you what color jazz you have on. You have. Because, you see, you can't talk to the government. You don't know where the government is. The government are liars and they only want you go out, they go mind control your own people and them. If you are one of them, I don't know if you are one of them because your name, I don't know you from your name, I don't really know if you are one of them. Yes, of course. Black Lion Day. Are them people there. Because of them are the people who take the lead to come subdue us for the government to ride. Because them figure, them know. And them are explainers for the government. So them can come out and explain for the government. Me don't know how them make that. Because me never hear his name called as the Prime Minister Press Secretary. Or the Cabinet Secretary or the Government Secretary. Me don't know who it be. I listen to your Facebook. Then, big up. I'm not look for your name first. Big up, you. I listen to your face off with that Christian guy. He is confusing himself because too much punches and not ready for real discourse. You see, brother, one of the first questions I asked that brother day, when he contact me, and I ask him, say if he know what you do. And I ask him, say if he know what you encourage. Cause see, but then still, he tired. Let me tell you something about that reasoning. I'm going to go to that reasoning they prepared. Not to try to convince the brother they over anything. I go to that reasoning there to try to feed in to his audience. Because you see, like they say, you can't teach old dog new tricks. And he is a preacher. So me don't know say what me up against when me go there. But he didn't seem to know what he was up against. Maybe, underestimation, I don't know. I ain't saying he did that, but maybe. Because remember now everyone had their own concept of Rasta. But that are them no left room for the unorthodoxy of Rasta. No one Rasta man can talk with that. And then if you check it out, he tried to tie me in a reasoning and say, oh, how me decent and nice. And I try to draw a line between me and my brotherhood, me and my nation, by saying me nation a born Jesus, but look how me nice and me accept Jesus. You see how they just come? That's how they just come. Fire burn. But then, you know what I mean? You see, from your talking truth, you know, matter what, you know, mind who attack you, destroy all of them. Hot coals, because you see that preacher there. You know, from your little youth, live all in a Trinidad, brethren. Preacher run from me. Anytime me talk, you don't tell me. I'm coming back. And they always come back and me never see them again. But how are you going to do with it? How are we going to do it with land? Because you see, they're so premeditated that it is hard for them to open up. Samuel Payne, man, you know, big up the eye self, brethren. Big up the eye self to the max. See. How are you going? Because you see, He depend on a whole heap of false premises and one slippery, illusionary foundation. We can't stand up to maintain his weight. Because, you see, he work for the grabber men and he don't know it. Because if you check the preacher, all of them, they go tell you them different to the grabber men. But them they now at the church face while the grabber men at the state face. And they work together because what? Preach and politics. They have one thing in common. They cannot afford to let the people know the truth. Because if the people do know the truth, they will not exist. Right? Now, if you check preacher this up last night, him a keep asking why the church are got up. And me a keep showing him why. And he a keep playing he could sidestep. You see, the preacher brethren, enough love and respect to the eye, you know. Nothing against the eye. But we might try to show you, say, they have you mind control in a region so much so that your best thing is to shun the truth. And that is malignancy. You see? That's how we reconcile mean when he tell us that we malignant. We keep on to shun who we are. Babylon so malignant, do how they shun the truth. Yeah. Now, that brother, I think that brother is genuine with we are dwell with. But you see, this is a way misconception and misteaching could do to you. Yes, them come from the same school. And their school are the Bible say. But the Bible never say nothing because the Bible is one book and it can't talk. People write them things in the Bible. And if you look, the same Bible, you never read nothing in there except the so-called 10 Commandments. We then say God write. You see, I same kind of thing like how them tell you say, this Allah, give done see head boy named Muhammad. A whole heap of thing, a whole bucky cram him in the head. And he gone out there and attack and people are right. And that's how everything begin. People are talk from start to talk. So now, when the only thing you could say the Bible say, that means you're not original. Because you not say nothing. You are just a follower. You see. And the same Bible in the allegory of Jesus. So Jesus been a create leaders, not followers. So you not even nowhere near. Because from time you are a Bible follower, you're not a leader. Because the Bible is dumb and cannot speak. And it cannot lead. Because it is a book of somebody else's belief system and rules as to how they run their system and their game. You see. And then we continue to fail to realize that it is not written by us, for us, nor about us. It is the history of the Gentiles from the destruction that they carried out on us. That is what we are glorifying when we say we glorify the Bible. We are glorifying the people who destroy us. Because like I mentioned to me preacher brethren past night, we're going down the road with this word gospel. Oh, the gospel of Jesus. Jesus couldn't have no gospel. Because gospel means triumphant war records. And Jesus was never triumphant in nothing in a Rome. Rome beat him up till and kill him off. He never win. So therefore he was never triumphant. But we going now with the gospel of the gospel of Titus Flavian Caesar, and move Titus and put Jesus. And what we don't know, all the prophecies of Jesus, both his first and second coming, was fulfilled 40 years before Jesus. That kind of tangling we did, you know. I want to over that, because and we will deny that and fight against that, because Master done wash me mind to convince us that we have to accept hook, line and sinker everything that the Bible says. And the Bible was not written for us. The Bible says that. You see. So because the Bible was not written for us, are the major reason why we lost our way inside of it. You see. And now look, all Christians have one thing. They could never point to you at any event at all outside of the Bible in order to bring evidence to what them say. All of them are the same thing. They use the Bible to defend the Bible. And that is an impossibility. Because you not bring no clarity to the subject. You see, because, okay, you tell me, say, Jesus, wherever Jesus. And me tell you, say, Jesus never exists. But you are going to bring the same Bible, prove to me Jesus exists. How you are going to do that? Because when me tell you, Jesus no exists, you not give me no respect to think that me read your Bible why me could tell you that. And you not give me no respect thinking that you could use your Bible to bring the evidence to the same Bible when I condemn. Me I condemn the Bible and you use the Bible to bring evidence. Look on that. You see? When I look down every day, because when you challenge the Bible, you're going to hell. Well, me there hell. From me born and grow, me there hell. I mean, I worry about going there again. You see? Because the Bible say this and the Bible say that. So we have to do that. See? And don't care how you ask a brethren or a sister anything personally as to how they see the life, as to how, what they make of it, they tell the Bible say. You never get a personal opinion from a Christian. So then, if you're not personally convinced, how we go collectively convinced? That way problem there. And that's why Jesus, in the allegory of Jesus, he tell you, check out your eye first. Because if you don't know where going on in a you, how you go know? Where going wrong there, sir? Hey, brethren, let me tell you something. You not distract I from nothing. Because you see that reasoning, yeah. That reasoning and I got no format. That reasoning I people and the reasoning and the people talk anything they want to talk. You want to talk about climate change? That's not no distraction. Because religion and climate change, all of them are the same thing. See? See? Because just like how climate change is a hoax, or just so religion is a hoax. Because in reality there's no such thing as climate change is a money-making thing. And the last summit showed that. Because when they're talking about fossil fuel destroying the atmosphere, every one of them who go in at the talk shop, they not drive them plane. And I same fossil fuel the plane I use. So right there we see the contradiction. And that a Christianity. All of them. Climate change. All of them are the same bag. Because it's to control the mind of the people. They talk about climate change is a mind control subject. And also to make money off of the people. Because when them blame the people, here look at what them are doing with climate change, brethren. Them are blame the people. And when them done, them bring out a brand new apparatus, some kind of brand new thing that do the same thing. And tell the people, use that one here. Right? And then now they come back and tell us, no, your fault, use that one here. Now, renewable energy. No, I man don't know. But I learned that a solar panel is much more dangerous than electrical wires when it comes to radiation. I man don't know. You see, because they only tell us what they want to tell us. And we don't know anything else. Long before me hear about climate change, the river down there so below me used to dry up. We used to go here with months of dry weather, the water crack. When me I go to school, sometimes rain fall for the whole week, me can't go to school. Rain a fall all 2 weeks. Them things that are going right now always been a go on. And we are pretending it not be so because somebody else tell our in so. You see. Conversation like climate change, them conversation there to distract us. Because when now we supposed to attack them and overthrow them, then got we mind going down one another road called climate change, something that we do not know about. We as a people have no knowledge, we have no evidence of climate change. Because, you see, we have to get ourselves aware that there's always 3 sides of every conversation. My side, your side, and the truth. And all we does here are your side. We never give ourselves a chance to listen to my side. When I say my side, not personal, I mean our. You see? Because now, the question is, do we have a view? Do we have a vision? Do we have a thought about the things that they say to us? Or is it because them say so, we run wrong with it? You see? Because remember, no, lie is the adhesive that they use to keep us in place, you know? And so they must continue to lie to us to keep us where they have us. Now, alright, let me put it this way. Climate change is real. But I am listening to it from liars. Liars are the ones who tell me about climate change. So is the climate change real or unreal? What is it to me? Yes, that's a valid reason. They're talking about cars, they poor, etc. Poor people use it, but not one and talk about electric plane, which is more polluted. You see that me attack? That's the way me attack. And I can no longer go along with them and say because we have a brain and we want to think for ourselves. Because from the force have to know, they have no intentions of telling us the truth. Because if we ever get to know the truth, we will overthrow them. Let us keep that in our mind. They cannot afford to tell us the truth. Because if we get to know the truth, we will overthrow them. So that's why we bond them with everything what I say. Right? And we choose to go up against them. Because their mission, they never tell truth, No, they ever tell lie. They tell half truth, which is the most dangerous lie, simply because there is truth within it. You see, and while now, so, while I and I reason, Mama they also wash them away, because a nice shower come on the Sunday inside of it as well, and certain areas of the sky blue and certain cloudy, areas cloudy. That are the balance of nature, and that are why Mama now appeal to I and I to understand that life cannot go along without a balance. So I and I can only be listening to with them attack, because I and I have attack too. My story, your story, and the truth. That's the way we are dwell with. So, whether or not climate change is for real, them lie. Because they're not showing no reason to, they're not showing no evidence that them believe with them attack. Right? They say China are the biggest culprit. While them they talk about CO2 and atmosphere, China build up in military might. And China don't give a fuck about climate change. You see? So when we say I know I suffer under climate change, them boy out here in the West and make room for China to take over the world, because all of them are socialists. America, all of them are socialists. So while them are tell her we down here so now by out here so in the West about climate change, that a left room for China to develop, and Russia also. You see them now, them boy they know that we are going there one talk, we no result now come out so they not bad about it. May Motley over Barbados gone there embarrass herself. Because if she know that this talk been talk already and you talk over again, which you are going for. If she know they never keep up to all the so-called promises they make, we make she think they go keep up to that one you know. So she are going to go talk about it to think something will change. China and agreement come to China and the USA came to some agreement last night. Brethren, that have to just be public. I same thing I say. It's only what they want us to know, they tell us. China is being developed on US money. The weaponry in China has been developed by US technology and US money. Think I lie? Or who the boy will be? Which one of them? A Bush or Clinton? One of them. You see they move all of the US businesses and manufacturing company into China. That's how we then do. And from the time then do that, China start to develop massive on a neck-breaking speed. China developed so much till China has cities built in China unoccupied up to today. Some of them unfinished. America pumps so money into China that seem like the Chinese and then they know if we do it, they just spend it. You see? And today they want to come tell us that them and China got agreement. Like me CUPID. Yes, the same people who is the government of the USA is the same people who is the government of China. Let we don't get mixed up by faces. We look at their actions. Because it's not what they write. It is not what they say. It's their action that speaks louder than their words. Yes, it is the truth. It is the reality. That they only want to tell us what they want us to know, and we never ask ourselves if that is all that we want to know. Because what? It's easy to know everything, you know. All we have to do is to use what they're telling us to know what they are not telling us, and then we know everything. Because Why are they? First question in our mind. Why are they in such a hurry to tell us what they're telling us? Old people don't teach us already that the pestle don't pong in the matter unless something else did. You see, but we only watch the matter and the pestle, we not check power there. Because it is unproductive to pong the pestle in our empty matter. So them not do that. Them the matter never empty when them a pong. But we are think so. And when them pretend to take out something out the matter, they don't take out nothing. They must get out where them don't have prepared for us already. You don't know how you do this thing? You go and go show somebody how to develop something. You put the thing in place and then you show them the finished product. You show them a product that them not see how you get to it, you know. But you show them that product and tell them that I result how you do it. Right? That's how them do it. It's them that tell us what is the finished product. And we don't question them. We don't say, well, here we're going and take off your jacket, now we see what your body look like. We don't say that. We left it like that. You see. Because we are contented to be the slaves and to be the burden bearers and to be the hewers of wood and the tooters of water in order to keep them going, in order to prop up our enemy and keep them going, and all they feed us with his lies and mama guy and old talk, pretty sounding phrases. Bish, what is really changing in the world order? What is really changing is the world order and the consciousness of the dung pressed people. The truth is being revealed to the babes and suckling in every way. Babylon, no be shy, not is falling. Babylon has. Keep out that is than put in has. You see, and the other thing now, the world order, big up Bish, the world order is one and the same from the very day it was set. This one world order. And what we are seeing here now is the final coats of paint, touching up the finishing work that is going on. That is what we are seeing here. Because this world order is about 2,000 years old. From the time they vowed to destroy Africa and come with their new order. So, they created their medieval Europe or the Dark Age in the 5th century, which ran for 1,000 years up to the 15th century. Inside of that, in the 6th century, they write the Bible. And when they don't write the Bible now, in 18 something, they create what they call the Age of Renaissance, the new beginning, the new teaching. But still over Europe, Jesus was no big thing. Because remember over there they make many people and them over there know it's a fake. Jesus was no big thing. So they create America to make sure that Jesus becomes something. Let us take a good look. If you check all through the reptilian race, America teach Jesus the most. You see, America fight wars in the name of Jesus. And we all know that. You see. Because America was set up specifically for that. The final area, a central area, where they could carry out the world order and control the world from that. That is America. You see. That is why up to today, America is the most racist corporation on the planet. The most racist corporation on the planet. And if you look at this now, racism is only about 200 years old, around the same age of America. Because there is no such thing as racism. That's an invention to separate the people so that them can stay in control. People, ancient people never know of a color. They never know of them as being having any color. Humans never had color. That was invented by the reptilians. The same climate change people are who invent that. Racism. You see, the same climate change people are who, with everything they do, they continue to divide the peoples of the earth. Samuel Payne. Lion, the heart of the Roman Empire is still alive in England. Brethren, the English throne is the Roman Empire. All the government around the world is the Roman Empire. All the church around the world is the Roman Empire. That Revelation 19 called Mystery Babylon. You see, because what they do, they keep confusing us, you know, even with Babylon, even of Rasta people, even with Babylon. You see, because now they use the term Babylon to cover up Rome. Because if you use Rome more, go song more modern, and people go look on the Pope and them and recognize what them do. So even in a Revelation 19, it tell you Mystery Babylon. But look, it make itself clear when it point that when in the Encyclopedia Britannica states that a woman in spiritual high places represent the church. And that is the Roman Catholic Church, because there's only one church in the West. And that is the Roman Catholic Church. The rest of them are denominations. And the meaning of denomination, as me learn it, me don't know, subject to correction, is division. So it was a purposeful thing to divide the people. Because when you divide the people will war among themselves. And you know, see that the way they're going? Watch, Christianity are one thing, right? No. One God, one Bible, one heaven. So why do you need all them among the denomination there? Same thing in a Rasta. One Africa, one Ethiopia, one Africa, one Emperor Haile Selassie. But you got a whole heap of denomination still. People are call themselves 12 tribe, 13, 14, 15 tribe. I don't know what tribe them be. People are call themselves all kind of thing. But listen, what do all these people have in common? Death to black and white oppressor. So we have Naya Bingi in common. But we not stick to that. Because this fraction here, or this splinter here, want prove to the rest that he have the monopoly on truth. And that way I cause denomination. But truth is collective, it's not individual. Because truth could only benefit when all of us use it together in a collective way. Truth is collective. Because life within itself is collective. You see? But when we continue to deny what we know to be truth within us, that is how we continue to be victim. You see? Because now, this, what we don't realize, religion is the last link of chain that hold us in slavery, because religion controls our minds, and it is the most dangerous link of the slave trade. You see, because religion controls our mind and tell us what to think, not how to think, but what to think. They set out a roadmap for us as to how we should think. And we are forgetting that is our enemy who did that, who set this roadmap for us. And we are forgetting. We just did not accept it like that. They beat us into us. They beat it into us over a proportion of 400 years, yes sir. And me I say, if this thing has any power, and if God and Jesus have power, Why do they have to send people to beat the knowledge of them into other people? If God create everybody here, how come he create a line of division between the people who he create and say them people over there for his own and them people over here are Satan own? How them people over here could be Satan own when he creates Satan and he create everybody? You not tell us Satan create nobody, so how Satan could have people? But we now look upon that. You see. Now, me and the preacher past night talk a thing with Bish. Talk about all the way from the same creator thing. And he quote in the Bible and say that everybody, not God people or some kind of crap like that. Them are the areas of division. Because we preacher not know, you know. The people who the Bible point to say not God people are area, you know. And the people and them who the Bible point to say are God people are the reptilian Gentiles from the east, from the north. Because here we go now. Our greatest problem right now is black preachers and black politicians who are carry out this atrocity against us. The white boy not dead no more. Him not they control we pulpit and control we government no more, you know. And we are do that. And so we have become more dangerous than him. You see? How we go? I can't remember that phrase, you know, but we go something like a weapon in the hands of a child and the day. I can't remember how we go, but yeah. You see? We have become contented in just accepting, oh, preacher say this, preacher say this, preacher say that. God say this, God say that. And you know when me think about God? God now can't tell me nothing. I want to know how he have to send somebody else who can tell me what me afraid me. God afraid me. So he can't come tell me for himself. He have to send preacher who can tell me. About something we preach and know about. Because all the preachers and them out there, black one and them, if they know the truth, they never preach such lies. And if they know the truth and not do it, it's because them a walk. And in reality, all of them are work. And the only reason why they does lament the loss of congregation in the church, that means the loss of money. Because remember, more people come and more money put. And that are their own interest. You see, preacher last night, I tried to tell I that his collection plate are one different one to which Jesus threw out. You see, I tell you. Excuses to continue with them and deal with. Climate change, that is. Then about that climate change. But not the same Bible say God created man in his own image. But yet he's saying not everyone is God people. Because you see that I confusion there, sir. Because how can an invisible God create visibility? How can an invisible God create a visible man in his image? Because the image of an invisible God is invisible. So how does an invisible God create? You see all inside the confusion there. And we now understand that. Because our whole bag of idiot will write Bible and tell you them thing there now. Hoping that we will continue generation after generation. But still, they're smart. So then put some checks and balance inside it for when people like I man and the I come. I people go reject I. Because here they say. Then they want them that I people like I will come and reject the Bible and the teaching. And so the Bible call us names. So when we reason to our people now, our people apply to that. You notice anytime our people want to contradict anything that we say they run for the Bible, they never come from within them. You see, because that is a program. And that climate change. Because they change our way over to believe them crap there. You see? We do not have any evidence to sustain anything that we talk from, that we sick comes from the Bible. All of us will talk about the Bible. No black man out there could show you any evidence that Jesus ever walked here. And why you say so? And the European tell us who say so? No. The cultures in Asia, thousands of years older than the cultures in Europe. So even though we now accept the African culture, look, the culture in Asia, the culture in ancient Europe, right? So how come them culture they not know about Jesus and his importance? And them are cultures were there before European Christendom. See? How come Christianity are the only religion where I tell you about Jesus come to save you and about death for go to heaven? No other religion I tell you that. And Lion, why the Bible call the Holy? Why the Bible call the Holy Bible? I have never seen it produce anything, any holy. Yes, because the meaning of holy is so for situ. The God is incomprehensible. That's what it is. Big question. Why climate change conference took place in UK? Because of this, so God live. A UK God live. You see. So let me go so again. UK is the top of the pyramid that runs church and state. Think all in a London. Big up on yourself, my brother. So yes, the UK are the headquarters of Rome today. You see? They are where everything are going. And Rome rule is to bless the result. Because you see, Rome is a member of the same UK. Rome a big time member in that. Rome are one big member in the Lords of the Ring. You see? So now Rome is only a strategic point of the pyramid. So as America, New Columbia in America, them are strategic areas to execute the wills and the laws and the bad mind and the all kind of badness will come out of the pyramid. So, well, people always come board because I always say when I talk everything. So let me talk a little bit about the pyramid now. This pyramid is the pyramid that you see on the US dollar. Yeah, so knowledgeable. It was organized between UK and Italy. Yes. This pyramid now is the pyramid that you see on the US dollar. We got the eye up in the top. That pyramid was stolen from Egypt. It is the pyramid of the scribe Annie. The eye are the same eye where they forbid you not to worship. The eye of Horus. The eye of Ra. The sun, God. The son of God. The S-U-N. The eye you see, they represent the S-U-N. We then try to put flesh over and call Jesus. We all of them are worship and them are tell we do worship it and they get it from us. See? Now, 12 families control the top of the pyramid. Now let me see, inner London is an autonomous city inside of England, inside of London, where the Queen, the government, none of them have got no authority on that. That have your own laws, they have your own bank, they have their own everything. They have their own police force, they have their own army. Everything. Yeah, about the son of man. Yes, a man produce son. S-O-N, but the son of man. No, that is son of man. Oh, wait, no. In a nothing. I don't sure about that thing there where they put it about the son of man. Because is the SON of the SUN. Yeah. So them now set up them thing. So we are going now. The 12 of them. Anybody who sit on Buckingham and anybody who did down a Vatican, automatically them are 2 members. So you see, Vatican is only a strategic point because the decision is made in England. Vatican bless it, and New Colombia execute it. New Colombia is the weaponry of the pyramid. If you notice, America was started all wars and England back then. Because America is not independent, it is a colony. See? Now, UK and Italy. You see them boy, they try to call themselves about so much a name. But the official name is Greco-Rome. Because they want to say Italy, all of them, they come from Greco-Rome. The Pope is a Roman. The English throne is a Rome. Yeah, Greco-Rome. Yeah, the Pope is Greco-Rome. The English throne is Greco-Rome. America is Greco-Rome. All the European leaders are Greco-Rome. And that makes all of them German. Because you see something we don't know. They always just have the true headquarters silent. A Germany are the capital of Europe, and a Germany run Europe. And a Germans with it. No. That's something we learn, right? When Hitler started to lose on the battlefront, he tell Germany, we go to plan B. And plan B was that every German woman who was at the age to make a child must make a child. And they created what they call, Hitler's sister created what they call the Red Cross. And they used this Red Cross to drop these children around to influential families throughout Europe and America. So, every leader, hey, big up me Adrian, every leader of the reptilian world is a German, is a seed of Hitler, every one of them. Right? Whether you want to call him Obama, is a German. Because, no, the real ruling power Germany, really, that comes from Ethiopia, because according to Dr. Ben, this German king had a son named Atto with Martha of Ethiopia. And Atto had 16 daughters, one of them Charlotte Sophia, who is the foundation of the land and throne. You see. But this land and throne really is our throne that was usurped by beasts. You know, and tell us the beast invaded the city of Babylon and take it over. All kind of grievous demons infested the city. Yes, that is the infestation of the land and throne. When Germany infested. Yes, sir. Germany was the seat of the Holy Roman Empire. The 12 reptilian families who control the world economy are of German ancestry. And Germany a rule the world. I wouldn't know that. Because England is Germany. Rome is Germany. All of them are Germany. Because a German we control them. And we do out there think, I listen to them and I say there's a difference between them. No, I see people who carry out the same mission to wipe Africans off the planet in order that they could control the wealth of Africa, because there's something that we don't know, you know. When they move out of Africa over these hundreds of years, a spit to what still is remaining in Africa, you know. But they don't want we to know that. So they set the plan to wipe us off the planet so that they and their coming generation could control the wealth of Africa. The wealth of Africa is still there. The wealth of Africa, they don't touch it yet. But we don't know that because they will never be able to move the wealth of Africa. Never. You see what I mean? But up there. Yeah. Because they know that they will never be able to deplete the wealth of Africa. They must kill us off so that their generation will control it. And we don't know simply in a nutshell that way them do. You see? Because they spread so much agenda for Africa that we as the African out here continue to join with them to dehumanize Africa. And we don't know that we are dehumanizing our own very existence. We don't know that as long as Africa dies, we will never be able to live. Because no tree cannot grow without a root. And we have forget that. And we think we don't know that are true. Yeah, Allah, we know that are true. So we are pretend. But anyhow, still, I did not, cook and bread. Give thanks to life, you know what I mean? And keep the joy coming to your life from Gotapa in America, in Hope America. True. The greatest radio for out Bale. We keep protecting ourselves. Yes, they teach us to do that. You see? Because Bale right now is the greatest radio for out. Because you hear the conversation with Bale allowed to go and find conversation like them upon no other radio. But Bale check for equality and justice, knowing that it must stand for all. And Bale overstand that there is no limit or barriers to the truth and it must be expressed so that our people could get different doors to think. Because Bale knows that we can't continue here one thing all the time. Bale knows that, they call it, variety is the spice of life, that's what they call it. You see what I say? So that's why Bale is important. And that's why we have to rally and big up Bale. What they call it, diversity. Great. I mean, I know the meaning of them big word, anyway. Yeah, then about the Vatican is the smallest country in the world. And independent city-state. Oh boy, our Christian people have so much to learn. You see? The reason for that is a minority controlling majority, and them tell you say a democracy. For example, the boy and them yaso, call them 30. But them are the minority and them make decision for the majority. This are the problem. And then a lie and tell you say the majority rule. That is a lie. Because the majority is never given a chance to make the decisions. Samuel Payne, lion, free will and freedom of thought. That is their enemy. My brethren. Free will and freedom of thought is their enemy. They cannot afford to allow that to happen. That is something that we have to know. That they cannot allow us to think free. It is detrimental to them. Because who then go rule over and control if we are think free? If we independent of thought, who will they rule and control over? Who will they tell? You have to take vaccine before you could go, before you go work. Who then go tell that? So you see what I show you? So it is important to them that they keep us dumb and looking to them for everything. Because that is the only way they could rule and control us. There is no other way. The same old thing over and over all the time. And it is done by fear. The creation of an invisible enemy. Like Jesus and Satan, it was them invisible. So once they have your mind locked around an invisible enemy, you can't see nothing that is visible. So you left a highway for them to continue. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Satan, one boy with two faces. I see myself. Now, nothing what I say, not truth and not lie. And we make out of it. Because we have to stop make people think for us. And stop accept anything just super face value. Anything with anybody say, regardless of who I say it. It no matter who I say it. We can't just accept because who say it. No, we not accept nothing from nobody because nobody said it. You can't accept nothing from me because me say it. Because you're not develop your levels because Shaka say it also. No, somebody go out the road go tie you up. Because you might not have the depths from where Shaka come from because you have your own depths. Get it in you and see what you make of it and overstand it. That are you. Because your thoughts are you and the way you think are you. Let me overstand that and go think positive. Because now we say you and now you say me. How we know me and how you know you. Because you can't know me and I can't know you. Because I don't know myself and you don't know yourself. Because knowing yourself is not full stop. Knowing yourself is a constant thing. It's every day you wake up. It's a constant research. It's not a stagnant thing. You don't jump up and say you know yourself. No, you don't know yourself. You're learning to know yourself. You're learning yourself every day you wake. You got a lot back up knowledge. Big up yourself then. Talk. We do not know ourselves. We are learning ourselves. That is why we go through a life of trials and error and we learn from our experiences. If we didn't know ourselves, we now have to learn from the experience. We don't know it already. But we are learning ourselves. Every breath we take is a new breath that teaches us something new about ourselves. We don't know ourselves. Bullshit. That is why we continue to live the way we live. Because we continue to misguide ourselves by telling ourselves that we know. When in reality we do not know anything. We're just trying to learn. You see. But then put you down in our 4x4 concrete wall. And tell you, say, that is the highest that you can reach. And you believe that. But you know see how high she reach and in a been in another wall. You know see how high sky they and in another wall. The wall they inside the sky. The sky in that. So how that highest you could reach. And it has become the highest that you could reach because you believe it. And you limit yourself down to that. So you can't go beyond that. So that's why I know when Black Lion asks you a question about you and how you see life, you're running at the Bible. You see. I ask you about you and how you see life. You are running at the Bible because you don't know nothing about you. You holler. You go line say that you holler. You don't know nothing about you. You're not grounded. You're floating through space that does not exist. Because there's no such thing as space in the universe. The universe is compact. And everything is within their rightful place. So there is no space. There's no room to hold nothing else in the universe. Because it is complete and compact. Or compact and complete or whatever way. The universe cannot be remodeled by any of us. Because our brain will never be big enough to take in the entire universe and to know it. Not in our lifetime. We have many, many lifetimes to know that. The Quran says we'll born and die until we know our true reason for living. See? That's how we attack. So, as long as we dey out here, being governed and controlled by religion, then we do not know our true meaning for living. And that is why we dead. Because whole of we think say when you go down in the grave that a death know that a decay. Death are when you're there so and not know yourself, not know who you be. When you are depend on someone else to order you about. When you have to depend on people who show you how to get food. You're dead. You see. Because you disobey the laws of creation and you will die. Anyhow you find yourself contravening the laws of creation, you will die. So me go so again. You fight against the laws of creation and you go down in them tomb, go buy dead food, canned food, processed food. It destroy your brain, it destroy your lungs, it destroy your heart, it destroy your kidney, it give you high and low blood pressure, it give you all kind of things. Because you tell yourself that the food we did only, which is not food, is better than that which nature provide. And so, everything, every move we make has to be paid. It's either we pay or we get paid. The choice is ours. You see. Christianity is against the laws of nature. Islam, Judaism, they are against the laws of nature because they are murderers. They are kill people. They are ones who kill and left to waste. When animal kill for food, they don't kill and left to waste. When religion kill, they kill and left to waste. You see what I say? But anyway, you know how we are going in conversation here, you know. Then conversation and I got no beginning, so therefore then I got no end. Just as I chat out I journey. As I journey throughout I reason about I own business. See? And I always keep in I mind that procrastination is the thief of time. So I have to always be thinking on these things. I have to always keep in I mind that men and people of desperate origin come together for a common cause. So let us see what we have in common. Seize up on that and act now. Because what we do depends on us, and what we don't do depends on us, because there will never be anyone to do for us what we refuse to do for ourselves. Let's just keep saying them thing here. For example, you can't send me go shit you. You can't send me go eat you. You can't send me go bathe you. You can't send me go sleep you. You can't send me go sit down you. You can't send me go exercise you. Because if me have to do them things, then they only go benefit me, then I go benefit you. So there are things in this life which we have to do for ourselves. And that is life in general. We have to live this life for ourselves, because no one else cannot live it for us. There are no two people per earth is the same. There's no carbon copy. We are individual and complete. And so, our challenge is to become collective. And once we become collective and could see the life through one eye, which is our eye, which is the eye of our ancestors, which is the eye of Africa, then we can say we're free. See? Now, as requested by the host, all donations to Cocoa-Tea and bread and Black Lion too should be sent to Montgomery CUPID, MoneyGram or Western Union, or account number 3 zeros in front of it, and then 30459. That's SVT Teachers Cooperative Credit Union. And also, yeah man, how you mean? Well, David, that's how we do same. Yeah. And also, not forget say, the brand new addition to be held. The real one will talk show, where everyone can express them song. Darissa carry on that one there, so. when all of us must come together and hold on pan the bell when we have bell the nation. Monday time from 3:30 and Friday time from 3:30. Same thing. Them are our reason. So that we contribute and big up them things. So remember the importance of Behel, and we Behel are trying to achieve. And Behel can only achieve it when I support. See? And I not be partial with the thing now, you know. Because we don't know say we need Behel. Because I only radio station and talk truth. Where live people from the ghetto like all I and I in the ghetto can talk the truth as I see it. Without fear of contradiction. As long as I know I not tell lie and nobody for put the warrior business in a trouble. As long as I know I talk truth to the best of my ability. So then now I support Behel continuously, and I support Behel and make Behel develop from one level to the next, because Behel can't stop developing, you know, because he limited the sky and there is no sky. So Behel can't stop develop. I just development all the time, because no condition is permanent. Nothing remains the same all the time. So I just development, Behel can't stop develop. So that is why we as a people, we have to contribute. See? Black Lion from the mouth to the ground on Saturdays from 5. I don't know many people on there now. I serious thing. I need a meal to carry forward that other level of the development. And right now, I can purchase it here, so. Because I don't have the donny that a reality. So again, I seek to I people and them out there, brothers and sisters. I need a meal. I not force nothing from the animal, man. Just seek for a contribution of a meal. So that I can look. I have that project where I do that over the weekend. When I greater cassava, take out the juice and dry it. Now, I could have a meal, could put that into real flour. Because remember the cassava, when you grind it, because you have the juice in it, when it dry, it's not good dry like, you know, like real flour. But if you grind that again now, you get the real thing where you could package for people for bake with. Or start to introduce cassava flour for bake with, and I could do it first to see where other things you might have to add to it, because you might find, I don't know the limit of starch in it, because remember I wash out the starch, so then it might be probably better to bake cake, and I go do them thing there, but I need to grind all them herbs and I collect to put some of them in a tea bags. So I could get the medicine go out to I people, and I need help, warriors. Warriors, I need the help. And that's why I help and behind them, you know, tell them straight. And I am proud people and don't beg nobody for nothing, you know, and I am Rasta. But there come a time when even though you have to swallow your pride and ask for help when you need help. This is why I ask the and them, you know. See? I just want love it, because I have contributed towards the development of myself. No one else now go do that for I. So I say now, man, sure, see what? Just big up your myself, you know. And just keep pumping the energies, man, and let the joy flow. And when you go out the road out there, do something happy for someone. Always do something, even a little good word of advice. Do something happy. See? The root of all religion is falsehood, lies and allegories, and many branches are manifestations. Now, remember, this thing was set to control, and it's just a set of rules and a belief system that's set to control. all weak minds that fall victim will be controlled. Because you see, a strong mind will never bow to religion. It's only weak minds that bow to religion. People who look for excuses in their lives every day. These are the people who bow to religion because they refuse to face the reality that they are the only ones to solve their problems with their own self-confidence. Religious people are people who lack self-confidence, so they always look for some excuses. Straight talk line, how much is the mill? Oh, Bridget, here what I don't really know that, right? And when I want to do, I just would like people to, you know, whatever they could afford. Now, but me not know if you say it, you know. Okay, let me tell you what I need. I need something like, okay, a medium like something, not too big, because, you know, something, a tabletop something, but something we could do a portion of walk. You know? So, what is the price of it? I don't know, because I don't think I ever see one like it over here. I industrial, tabletop industrial mill. I don't sure I ever see one about here, so I wouldn't know the price. So, probably Bridget might have to go a little extra mile to see the price over there. But not, we part the idea. The idea foreign or the idea? You see, I don't really know the price of the mill. Because what I need is I need London, good brethren. Well, with the hierarchy do they have to seek up the price around this. So. Because I don't know. Because I'm not too sure. You see, I see people have them, but I never show me see them in the store. Yeah, so. Because I remember what part I live, you know. Remember which part I live, right? So, but now, if the eye, whenever the eye do the portion of work and locate the mill and overs that the eye can purchase it or whatever, the eye would contact Bihill. Yeah, I'm in the right place. The eye will contact Bihill with any information that the eye have towards the mill, or even if the eye have to send the mill or whatever they have to do, all them information they come to the head. And I move from there. Bisha say, Google a medium-sized industrial grain mill for pulverizing roots and rhizomes into flour. Yeah, Virgin, Bisha say where it is. Sim say, Google a medium-sized industrial grain mill for pulverizing roots and rhizomes into flour. That's what it is, brethren. You see, I'm really over there and I need, you know, but sometimes man just can't put words to it. So that's why when all our reason together, I make it easier. Because if me stumble upon trying to bring out something, another brethren pick up the idea with me, I try to say, and then make it more clear. And so that's why when all our reason together, we could get the truth out. And the reality about what we must do. My brother can import that. My brother can import that for you in tongue. Enough strength, my brethren. Enough strength. Give thanks to the powers of the spirits of our ancestors. Because of the spirit of our ancestors that manifest in us are we have in common. And then so that was what would bring our progress and set our people to a straight mindset. So give thanks for the eye, my brethren. And like I say, let your brother get in touch with Bihill. Because Monty, put forward up the thing one other time this again. Put up the information one more time this again. See, because that's how I do things. Because everything has to be accountable for. And I not do things like Babylon. They and them take their and them hard money and buy a mill and send for I. It has to be accountable for. And I have to produce it and show the and them in a farm to show the and them that the and them spend the and them money bad. Because if I do that, members say I will get nothing else from the and them again. Anyway, like Monty not about. When you see a response to not about, you don't chat. So, well, everyone know the contact. And do all that. So let me say again, I give thanks to all of our people who think this worthwhile. And even for them who think it not worthwhile. Give thanks to all who compliment and all who criticize. Because all of that are part of the whole thing. Because when we put a pot by fire, we have to put seasoning in it to bring a certain taste. We go palatable to us. So we can't just cook one straight thing. You know, we have to give thanks, man. Give thanks for life. And give thanks to all you. Yeah. As requested by the host, all donations to cocoa tea and bread should send to Montgomery CUPID, MoneyGram, or Western Union, or to account number 0459 at SVG Teachers Co-operative Credit Union. Monty. Yes, and that may not be I go seek the iPad because the brother say him brother dip on the ground here, so him not go need to go through them thing there. So the telephone number now, maybe not go talk about it now. So that telephone number they now 1784-5298-340. So the I brother with the panty person now could use the number, they contact Monty, and then things happen. See? So let I congratulate myself and big up myself, knowing that I can depend on myself to achieve what I need to achieve. Give thanks to the great spirits of our ancestors that I are realizing the importance that I are one. Me link with Monty already. Big up! Man, how you mean? Man, the man a do the thing. The man a do the thing, man. How you mean? The man a do the thing, yeah, man. Link with Monty. Yeah, man, that are progressive people, you know. Progressive people now wait for you to tell them, you know. Them just do the thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So, yes. That are the thing. Monty put up another number there again. I say, studio. The studio number now, 1784 529 8518. That are the studio number. Because where we have to splash out open wide all the links of communication. Because every area of communication is important. Marcus Garvey said if you not find a room for it right now, rest it on the shelf. Just in case. When you need it, you don't have to go beat knock about all about it, you don't have to go get it. So, all I have to do, I continue to open up links of communication and use them towards I benefit. Towards I goal of the liberation of the minds of our people, so that our people can carry out our own development, because no one can develop us for us but us. And it's just because we mind in the wrong place. So yeah. Oh, Monty. Monty, no stop it up, Monty. You're the baddest. So you got our email number here, so now. svglive@gmail.com. That one is easy. svglive@gmail.com. So, communication link. So let allow we communicate towards our own benefit and development. Because if we don't do it, it will not be done. We have seen for all these years, we have relied on others to do it, and it has not been done. So now it's our time, our turn, that we must step up. See? Because them who control we control we freedom, they will never release. We have to force them live happily and slaving we. So voluntarily, they will never set we free. We have to stand up and fight liberation. We have to fight against all who are hold we down. We have to stand up and fight for we know it is right. We have to stand up and fight and keep victory in sight. Yeah, man. Love up to all my people and them enough strength and stay within the guidance and power of the great spirits of our ancestors as I and I journey on this road of life. Confident in myself, big up in myself, and know that I and I have the power to do it and to achieve whatever I and I will. Let I and I confident in myself that anything I and I can think, I and I can achieve, because life begins from invisible to visible. The thought that is on our mind right now, it is who we are. Let us develop that in a positive light, and we will reap the fruit of our labor. We will not suck the seed, we will plant the seed and eat the fruit. Yeah, man! I big up all of yourself as I have joined in the road of life and keep the joy. Nobody never have it cold, we have no cold, have it hot. Because you see, I have volcanic ash and volcanic fire. You see? Take over the whole thing, man, make them run. Make all we can't run. When I erupt, Babylon a we can't them have to run. Fire burn. Keep the love, man, I spread it. See him? Big up all and myself. As I and I joy. Yeah. One love. Yeah. Hot up, man. You know me already, you know. Yeah.
I don't know this one, but I'll ask you to smoke out now.
Yeah, alright, this is one I mean. Put your face there, the whole wall see. The whole wall I see there, no. People all over out I see right there, sir.
Greetings, respect.
Rastafari. That's right now. Because you see that brother, you know? Him a great talented brother, you know, him a builder. Him a farmer, him a build house, him a mason, him a carpenter, him a everything. And him a farmer. Because one thing Rasta and I like with the food thing. See him? So hail up the people and then, no man.
Yeah, respect. New man in the house.
What do you mean?
Selassie, greetings.
Rastafari.
Emperor Haile Selassie.
When I
The Almighty.
Yeah, man.
Don't do that.
I tell a living thing, man, I dwell with you, you know. This is not no makeup show and a show over you know. This is a live and direct. For you.
Hot coals.